Let me tell you a story. So I'm sat here, I'm on Instagram, and I think of someone who I knew since September 2022 to about August 2024. He was part of my house at school, and I've nothing against the guy. I was scrolling through his Instagram and a very familiar feeling crept up on me. I don't know why, but when I'm in a specific mood, it's normally when I'm scrolling Instagram, I have these fantasies about everyone respecting the righteousness of me being a victim. And in Mark Manson's, he talks about when people have problems, they normally deal with them in two ways, toxically. They're in denial, or they play the victim card. Because both of them shift responsibility off the shoulders of the perpetrator. So say I have a problem where my room isn't clean. My room's just messy. And when it comes round to cleaning, these people will do one of two things. One is to act like it's not even dirty. So they will move the pile of clothes from their computer chair to their bed, to their computer chair, to their bed, alternating. They won't even acknowledge the room's dirty in the first place. It may cross their mind, but the minute it does, they get a slight uncomfortable feeling and they manage to apparate it from their mind. The other way people like this deal with problems like a dirty room is they almost attach their identity to the dirty room. They behave in such a way where if someone from the outside was to come into their room and see them, they'd want to have that person feel sorry for them. They want to elicit a feeling in that person, one of empathy, because they think then they'll get attention or they'll be able to fix their problem that way. Now, when I was doing this action, I had this fantasy that someone who has so many followers, let's say 10k, I am jealous of that. So if I'm sat here and I see someone else who's put in the work to achieve the result of more followers, I will take that second option that we discussed earlier, where I want the result without the work, especially because people admire and respect effortless wins, because it's a fantasy everyone indulges in. Everyone wants to do minimal effort for maximum reward, at least most people do. So when someone does it, it almost confirms the belief that hasn't served them much, but because of confirmation bias, they only need one thing. And if you're that person to show them that they can get all the result with no effort, then that's enough for them to perpetuate that narrative continually. So if I'm sat here and I see someone with 10,000 followers, my fantasy will be, oh, I'm going to keep posting YouTube videos like this, and one day one of them will blow up and I'll get more subscribers than their followers. Why do I want the attention? What purpose does it serve to have lots of attention? Because there's no denying that the attention someone else garners is inherently good. I've gone over this with social proof. You can take any person from any walk of life off the street and they will always respect you more for having more attention. Take a guy from... Actually, okay, there's a few exceptions. North Sentinel Island, you probably have heard of. That's an exception. Maybe a few like nomadic tribes in the Amazon. Okay, there's exceptions. But take a Buddhist monk. When I was in Thailand, my mum was so surprised to see Buddhist monks. They had iPhones. It was almost... I found it funny as well because it's like this cognitive dissonance. You don't expect a monk to have an iPhone because it's almost the clashing of two lifestyles, two such different ways of life, yet they have iPhones. So let's take a monk and we show them my YouTube channel. And let's say in this scenario, my YouTube channel has 100,000 followers or subscribers. Now that monk will instantly give the same reaction to the followers I show him, the amount of followers, as the reaction I get from someone off the street in London. Because every human can respect and relate and connect with the fact that if so many people are watching and are in the loop, in sync with someone else's life, then there has to be something about them. Why would so many people align with them? And that is the result I'm craving for these few seconds or minutes when I'm on Instagram. I used to think that if someone asked me, would I rather be rich or famous? I'd always say rich. But the more I think about it in the present day, the more I'd rather be famous. Because the benefits to fame aren't the same benefits to being rich. Yet the benefits of being rich do come under the umbrella of effects from being famous. Sure, being rich is nice. You have a nice lifestyle. You have nice holidays. You don't have to worry about much money. And there's not many cons either. Being famous is a lot more complicated. Yes, there are cons with being famous. Some people can't even leave their house without being swarmed. Some people need security everywhere they go. Some people are so famous that even if they went into hiding for 5 years and came out again, there's still a pretty good chance that they'd be swarmed by the general public. However, the pros to being famous are extremely unique because not only with fame comes attention, but because we live in an attention economy, people can leverage that attention for money. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that anyone who's famous has to be rich as well. Because anyone can leverage attention. Anyone. Bro, people get DM'd sponsorship deals. They don't even have to do it themselves. All they have to do is sign a form, make a video. It's not hard. So, fame these days is one of the most valuable commodities. And when I say fame, I don't mean the fame which is all-consuming, the fame which means you cannot leave your house. I mean the type of fame where, yeah, you get recognized in public, but you could fly to a different country and you're good, especially if you're bilingual as well. Imagine how sick that'd be. Let's say you have a dual citizenship, or you have 2 passports. Let's say you're really famous in the UK. Everyone knows you. Lots of people know you. Not everyone, lots of people. You have lots of clout in the UK. But sometimes the fame can get a little bit tiresome, annoying. Okay? Just get a flight to Spain and you can live a great life, a normal life. Imagine that double life. One where you live a superstar celebrity, the other an ordinary citizen. As I was saying, fame is one of the most valuable commodities in today's society. Everyone is online. Everyone. Everyone. I bet you don't know one person who isn't online. Everyone is online. The only people who aren't online are children, whose parents are strict, or they're simply too young. I mean, there's some kids out here 3, 4 years old, even 1 or 2 years old, on YouTube, chronically online. I mean, how fucked is that? Everyone is online. There's so much attention and profit to be made from the fact that us humans are constantly looking into screens. Not at nature, trees, the things around you, rain, light, but at a collection of pixels which have been coded to display different light levels from an RGB palette. Quite a long tangent, eh? Fuck me. That's crazy, bro. Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing that I fucking go from... What the hell? That's crazy. Okay, anyway. I just wanted to voice my almost jealousy of people who are successful. It was very similar to a Jack Pigger video, which I made a couple months back. But, yeah, that's my opinion on whatever I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know, it's just one of my fantasies that one day I'll just get really successful on social media and I just envision people in my flat just being like, oh, what the fuck, I saw you on YouTube today, like you're famous. And it's like, I don't know if other people think like that, because I used to be really against fame. Like, I was like, fuck that life, fuck being in the public eye. But right now, it's a lot more nuanced, a lot more complicated. I mean, I'd go so far as to say that right now, in 2025, I'd say there's a specific number of steps you can take to guarantee fame. Sure, there is a bit of luck involved. But I'd say right now, with social media, is where skill has the greatest proportion over the chance of you becoming quote-unquote famous and getting the many benefits that come with that. interesting topic. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you in the next one.